Well, Prince Charles has read the Queen's speech at this state opening of Parliament due to mobility issues. That's the Queen's problem that she's got. She couldn't be there in the UK overnight, but that was the first time since 1963 that the Queen has missed it. So let's go live to London now. Joining us is the Royal Editor for the Daily Mirror, Russell Myers. Russell, good morning to you. So first of all, what do you make of Charles doing the Queen's speech on her behalf?
Well, good morning, Peter. Well, it's an absolutely historic event. As you just mentioned, the last time that the Queen passed over her duties was back in 1963, and this is only the third time she's missed this state opening of Parliament in her 70-year reign. And I do actually think we are seeing history taking place before our very eyes, a passing of the baton, if you will. And we are having a regency in everything but name. I mean, the fact that the Queen is unable to make these huge occasions now, this is not the only one that she's pulled out of recently due to these ongoing mobility issues. And I think, unfortunately for the Queen, this is going to be part of the course because she is struggling to get about on most days, it seems, at the moment.
Yes, I mean the mobility issues. That's the palace spin on it. What's the read on what that actually means?
Well, I can tell you that the people I speak to regularly at the palace have said that, the Queen is still absolutely pin sharp of mind. She's still getting on with her, her government red boxes, the ministerial work that she's across most days. However, despite having a bit of a mini break at her Sandringham estate a couple of weeks ago for her birthday, which incidentally she did say to people she was feeling refreshed and revitalised. She is 96, and with that comes these episodic mobility issues, as the palace put it. I imagine that's just getting out of bed and feeling a bit stiff and sore most days. And as the Queen has said herself, that some days she just can't move, and unfortunately, that is the order of the day for her. She's got to rest on doctor's orders, and unfortunately, as we're seeing, Prince Charles and Prince William, which is quite significant, are stepping up to the plate and taking on more responsibility.
Yeah, right. So when I read that yesterday, I just assumed that perhaps she was moving more towards getting around in a wheelchair, or actually spending more time doing that than she ever had done before. Is there any truth to that at all?
Well, there's certainly been talk about if privately she uses a wheelchair. I don't think that's of much surprise. However, she is publicly, at least, very reluctant to be seen in a wheelchair. Her mother did that, of course, many years ago, and she regretted being seen in public. I mean, the Queen did take that sort of leap of faith and been seen with a walking stick, but these mobility issues mean that she can't walk very far indeed. And even though there were huge plans put in place for her to not walk very far to the steps of the House of Lords, use a lift to get up to the room where she would be undertaking the business, it is proving too much at the moment. And obviously this does beg questions about whether she'll be able to make those Platinum Jubilee celebrations, which are just around the corner.
Yeah, well, that was my next question. So what is she going to be required to do for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations?
Well, she's not actually required to do anything. I mean, this is the issue is it's a big party on behalf of the nation, the Commonwealth, indeed the world, to say thank you to Her Majesty, an illustrious reign of 70 years. She'll be desperate to go to a couple of the events. I mean, Trooping the Colour, her official birthday is returning to London for the first time in 2 years because of the pandemic. She's a huge horse-racing fan, as we well know. She'll be desperate to go to the Epsom Derby. And then, obviously, there's a big Buckingham Palace party. I'm sure she'll probably give that a miss. But the big extravaganza is on the Sunday, where there's a massive pageant, thousands and thousands of people lining the streets of London. And I'm sure she would want to see that. But I think it's very much a case of just seeing how she goes on the day at the moment. Yeah.
Just on the matter of horses, she's actually got 1 or 2 horses running down in Australia these days as well, which I'm sure she keeps an eye on. Russell Myers from the Daily Mirror there in Manchester this evening. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks.